Howdy everybody, ArgonMatrix here, welcome to episode 132 of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Now, you'll notice my win streak is at -2 right now, whereas I did actually win in the previous video, so what's all that about? Basically, I already recorded, like, most of this episode. I got a pretty decent ways through it before realizing that my microphone was muted. Classic mistake. Rookie mistake. I shouldn't be making that kind of mistake, like, what, 7 years in now. But it happens, and I'm back again now. Obviously, we didn't have too much success on the Blue Baby Greedier mode front in that failed recording, so that's sort of the silver lining, I guess, is that we didn't actually succeed. You didn't miss out on anything like unlocks or any stuff like that, so we're going to give it another shot here. Hopefully I have a little bit more luck on our side this time. I'm actually sort of glad that that video is never going to see the light of day now, just because it was kind of a catastrophe. C1EQ FZXP. I basically just I did like 4 runs or something and just never got anything of any value. The best item I think I got was Euthanasia, which is still good, but you know, not ball-bustingly amazing. And then I was fighting things like Champion Mega Fatty, Champion Ragman, all on the first floor, of course. It's, you know, it was a good time. And this run is not starting off all that much better, but there is some potential work to be had here. Now, Blue Baby is an interesting case because whereas normally you'd have to pay 15 cents for an HP upgrade as another character, Spirit Hearts in the shop are only 5 cents, and they effectively work the same way as HP upgrades for the most part. Unless the HP upgrade has something else attached to it, like in the failed recording we had the opportunity to buy Lucky Scab, so that'd be a luck upgrade as well as the HP upgrade. So if you want to pay 15 cents for a luck upgrade, by all means, go for that. I'm probably not going to be investing in that too much unless I really need to. Like if I get down to half a Spirit Heart and don't have much of a choice otherwise in terms of survivability. For now, let's focus on brighter horizons, you know. Leaving the darkness in the past. Literally, it's like in the past. It's out of my mind now, off the internet. Never was on the internet because of the failed recording and whatnot. Oh god, get me out of here. I don't know where that nickel came from. I guess it was just inside the poop. My god. Speaking of the poop, I guess I should be, because I actually did make some pretty nice plays with the poop, the actual spacebar item here in the previous, in that failed recording. I use it to block shots sometimes. I'm getting a little better with it after that one video where I just sort of dissed it wholeheartedly. Just sort of laid it out flat how I felt about it, and I was told off, apparently appropriately for it, because ever since I've been more inclined to sort of want to use the poop and see what it's all about. See what, like, why do people like the poop? Why does anyone like the poop? It's obviously more or less a joke spacebar item. I might just die here. There are a lot of enemies on the screen, and I still got 1 wave to spawn. It's these spiders, man, I tell you what. Boy, I tell you what. Oh, good, 5 stonies. Just what I needed. More stuff blocking my shots. Let's just, you know, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Really. I'm not gonna, like, stop fighting or anything. I'm not gonna give up without a fight, but, that was a losing battle, unfortunately. And that's just kind of the way these Blue Baby runs have been going today. M21H RCWA. But I'm not gonna look at it as a bad thing. The glass is still half full, as far as I'm concerned. I'm a very optimistic person most of the time. Oh hey, Magic Scab, I was just talking about you. Thank you for showing up, giving me a free luck upgrade, as opposed to having to pay 15 cents for one. That would have been a little silly. Okay, so we got a damage upgrade at half price there. That is actually quite valuable. And I was talking previously, like this is where it gets weird with failed recordings, is because you talk about things that you want to talk about, but then no one ever hears them, but then you feel weird about talking about them a second time, because it's like, didn't I already talk about this? But it's like, yeah, I did, but no one heard it. But basically what I talked about previously is sort of the equilibrium you have to strike in greedier mode, as to, like, should you stop the waves from spawning once 5 cents have spawned, like right now where I'm going to. Because obviously, every little bit of money counts, especially in greedier mode, because so much less of it spawns naturally, that you have to make every little bit count. So freezing the waves like this and losing out on money as a result is usually not a good thing. But I kind of justify it as, like, once you get to the 5 cents here and get the key, the benefit that you may get out of this item room usually offsets the lack of money. This exact same fucking situation happened. I was talking about this argument. I walked in here and got E. coli. What is happening? I have some sort of magical metamorphic... That's not a word. I have some sort of influence over the game right now that I'm not entirely aware of, apparently. Regardless, we're just going to go ahead and fight the rest of the waves now. And hopefully not have too much of a tough time. I'd like to, definitely like to afford champion belt at my earliest possible convenience. I don't know how it affects greed mode, because, I mean, are the champions predetermined in the waves? Or is it actually still just, like, random chance, depending on certain factors, whether you'll get champions in these waves? I imagine that that may actually be another effective greed mode, or of greedier mode, because obviously greedier mode is sort of a combination of greed mode and hard mode. And in hard mode, as compared to normal mode in the regular game, more champions do spawn. So I think the fact that I feel like I see more champions in greedier mode as opposed to the regular waves of greed mode is sort of evident. What am I saying? Sort of evidence that that may be a thing. I don't get hit by this guy. I need to deal with that fly. He was having a bad time. All right, no more waves are gonna spawn here. So if I can deal with this, what's on the screen right now, then we may be able to handle ourselves in the future. All right, gonna keep on going here. You know, 5 minutes in, 3 runs deep. Could be worse. We've had lost runs that are a little more lucrative than that, though. PJs is a good safety blanket right off the bat here. Okay, this may be the run that we can make happen. You know what? I'm actually going to take the hit here because I'll still be at 6 hearts, and it's a free key, so why not? It's freaky how free that key was. I don't know what I'm saying. Been a long day, man. I got a lot of sun exposure today. I was out for a big long walk, and it was good times, but it does make you tired. That's vitamin D intake, man. So we're gonna want to save up for sure to get growth hormones there. Hopefully I'll be able to actually make it through the set of waves without just dying outright. Have I made it through like a single set of waves so far in this video? I don't think I have. I think both times. Or has it been 2 runs now or 3 runs? I think this is the 3rd run. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but every single other time I think I've just died before I had a chance to get to even the first boss waves, so let's not let that happen this time. Admittedly, some of it does definitely come down to luck, obviously, because like if you just get a really bad set of waves all in a row, you can't really do much because you're usually operating on base stats unless you got some baller items in your free item room, or a baller item. And then you got some sort of method to get into the treasure room early, and then you got a good item in there, and it's like, then maybe you won't be operating necessarily on base stats, but you're still fairly weak in these first waves, so if you get the wrong combination of enemies altogether, like, obviously these guys are going to take a little while to take out, but I only had like 10 seconds to dispatch them before this next wave is going to pop in and blow up in my face, literally. I don't mind the bomb waves or the Mullaboom waves so much because they do help to dispatch of other enemies. Thankfully, those guys can hit other enemies. Otherwise, it might be a little bit of a bitch. Did that fucking bomb like blow up a pot and give me a coin? That's kind of cool. Every little bit of money counts, regardless of the source. You know, gotta take what you can get in greed mode here. Be very frugal. In greedier mode, even. Alright, so this is actually the last wave. That went by faster than I expected. I don't know, maybe I just got in a zen sort of state for a moment there. Is this going to be enough money to even buy? No, it's not. Okay, yeah. I have to get used to that, because normally after the first few waves of greed mode, you have enough money to buy at least 1 item from the shop. Whereas in greedier mode, that's never the case. You actually have to fight the bosses if you want to be able to afford anything, unless you have some outlying benefactor giving you extra money. Let's check the cursed room. I'm feeling lucky today. You know, that's not so bad. 3 bombs could be pretty valuable, especially when we got a stone chest right here. Oh, good. Well, that's okay, because we still got 2 more bombs to make count here. That's pretty nice. That gives us enough money for growth hormones at the very least. And then didn't get too much there. Latchkey would be good, but we're not going to be able to afford it by the end of this. I may be able to afford a key, though, which would let me open up that golden chest. Is that going to be worth it in the end? Who knows? I'm going to need to buy a key regardless for the next treasure room. It's just a matter of whether I want to use it on that golden chest. They can pay out pretty nicely, so we'll see. I'm probably gonna end up opening it, honestly. Thank you for no, like, champion mega fatty this time, though. Obviously, you guys didn't see that, where I had to fight Larry Jr. and champion mega fatty all at the same time. But it was a beautiful sight. I actually won that fight, if I remember right. I just said like 4 words in a row there that rhymed, or 4 phrases anyway that rhymed. Didn't really mean to, but there it was. Alright, so obviously, I'm taking a little more damage than I would have liked here, because we started off with, what, 7 spirit hearts thanks to PJs, and now we're down to 3.5, halfway through our life. But, you know, we're still doing better off than we were at the very start of this run, just barely, in terms of HP, anyway, but still, glad to have the damage upgrade from growth hormones. The speed upgrade is actually pretty well appreciated, too. The dodging ability is more valuable than you know most of the time. Now let's finish this guy off. I always forget about the creep dude every single time. I'm so used to like it just disappearing when I kill the enemy, but there we go. We have enough money to actually buy 2 keys if we wanted to. I think we'll just settle for the 1 right now, because you never know when one's going to be for sale on the next floor. Now what do? I think now you just it's always a toss-up whether you want to fight a deal with the devil as Blue Baby, because odds are we're not going to be able to afford it, but it could be like some black hearts or something. Oh, I think someone's actually knocking at my door, so I'm going to go ahead and check that out real quick, and I'll be right back with you guys, and I'll make my decision then, I suppose. Weird sort of mid-video cliffhanger. Go! Okay, I'm back. Now, where the hell was I even? I'm not actually sure. I was trying to decide on this deal with the devil. Sorry, I got called away for like 12 minutes there, so feels like I'm starting a whole new recording again for like a 3rd time. I don't think I'm going to go for it. Not feeling all that powerful right now, and the odds of getting something that's actually beneficial out of our deal with the devil, probably not worth the grief of going through the fight for it, so let's just get a move on here. Yeah, so now my timing's all thrown out of whack thanks to that little break there, so pardon if this video is like overly short or overly long. Okay, we got a run going here now, thankfully. It took a little while to get going, took like, oh, I forgot that we had brown caps, so these poops are actually exploding. That's totally fine by me. I'm gonna go ahead and buy Binky here, should get me pretty close to the tier cap, which is solid. Then we're gonna go ahead and save up for some, or for a key, I should say. For some keys, I guess, like in the grand scheme of things, if you want to think of it that way, but for now, I'm happy to actually have some manageable DPS for this point in the game. It's been like 6 runs of just absolutely starvation. Finally, nice to get some fruit, you know. That's the thing about greedier mode as compared to regular greed mode, and probably the reason why I'm not going to be doing too much greedier mode if I want to do it as like part of streaking in the future. Like if I want to do this mode at all, I'd probably do it on greed mode, just the regular version. Just because greedier mode is a little more dependent on like you need. It's not like you will fare better with better items early on. You pretty much need better items earlier on just because of how hard the mode is. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in situations that we have over throughout this video, and as well as on some other videos where it's just like totally feast or famine is basically how it goes. And thankfully, we're on our way towards a ripe and beautiful feast on this run. I don't know if it's going to make it all the way necessarily, but the ingredients are coming together for sure. There we go. Yeah, 5.45 damage, 6 tier rate. Living the dream so far. Probably not going to invest in less than 3 there, so let's just go ahead and buy our key and see what we got here. We got Steven. Ooh, pardon me. Another one of those weird gas bubbles in my throat, but Steven is awesome. It's another damage upgrade, so just more potency. I might end up actually buying the red candle here, because what am I holding on to the poop for? The red candle is obviously quite a bit better. Although it's made less good by the fact that my damage is actually pretty okay, so I'm probably just going to be like striving to use it in places that I don't need to use it, if that makes sense, because normally the candles are good for compensating for poor DPS, whereas if you actually have passable DPS like I do, it might not be worth it. It might actually just not be worth the 15 cents to do that. It might just be easier to save it, more worthwhile anyway. Anyway, let's deal with Rag Mega before we get ahead of ourselves here. He's almost done. Thankfully, he doesn't have that much HP, even though it looks like he should. He looks like the fucking tankiest boss this side of planet Earth. Looks like the 9th planet in our solar system. There we go. Was Pluto reinstated as a planet? I'm not actually sure. There's always articles going off and on about that. Still don't think it's probably worth it to fight for our deal, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass on it for the time being. I may fight for them in the future, but, you know, until I have a decent stockhold of HP, I just don't think the odds are in my favor on that one. And we got enough good stuff going already that we don't need to worry about it as much. So the depths, let's go here. What do we got? We got Wire Coat Hanger, which is going to put us up to the tier cap. I wasn't sure if it was going to break the tier cap or not. Didn't know if we had any items that would do that for us. Hi, Minu. I guess she got woken up by all the commotion earlier in the video where I had to go on my little break, so she's here with us now, sitting on my lap for a little while anyway. We'll see. Just don't hit the microphone mute button. I've had some bad troubles with that today. Alright. Thunder Thighs, probably not worth it. Mom's Purse may be worth it, but I'm not totally convinced. Let's just go ahead and buy ourselves a key and check out what we got going on here before anything else. We got Smart Fly, which is actually probably one of the better flies. Although it does require us getting hit before it activates, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Still, I'm going to go ahead and buy another key, actually, to check out this golden chest, because you never know when that's going to be worth it. Made quite the profit there, actually. Absolutely worth the cost of doing business. So you can get a secret room and a free key for this as well. We actually did get a secret room. Wasn't expecting that entirely. Now, we got 26 cents, which I think constitutes probably doing some reroll action here. Let's see what we can make happen. Make hay while the sun shines, as they say. I mean, obviously, Skinny Up Mushroom not super worth it for us right now. Maybe just buy some Spirit Hearts, honestly. Like, just invest in that for right now, anyway, and we can reroll a little bit more later. May want to pick up Starter Deck as well, even though we don't have that many cards at our disposal. So we haven't had any throughout this run so far, anyway. So, but like Starter Deck can kind of change that. So I don't know. If we get a Chaos card or something, we'll be happy that we did that. And honestly, like Starter Deck is probably one of the better items we could hope to get out of our shop here. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I got a lisp all of a sudden. I shouldn't make fun of it because lisps are actually quite serious conditions sometimes. Is that actually true? Or is it just like a... I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that at the risk of offending basically anybody with a lisp. Alright, we got Smart Fly on our side now. Don't be taking this much ridiculous damage, though, just because you're real excited about Smart Fly. It's not the way this world works, my friend. There we go. Just about done. Alright. Now, I'm not going to go and buy Starter Deck just yet, just because Smart Fly is still active, so we might as well get the most bang for our buck here. And get to use them on the boss waves, instead of having to take damage again on the bosses themselves, which we probably would have anyway, so it might be a bit of a moot point. Obviously, it's kind of working out that way so far. Oh, good. We got the cage. My favorite. I love fighting the cage and Peep at the same time, although it wasn't really much at the same time, because Peep was basically dead by the time he spawned in. Still, the cage on his own, even without these skulls, would be a fearsome opponent. but we got it done and dusted. Let's go ahead and pick this all up and buy ourselves a starter deck. We actually have enough for 2 different items here if we get lucky. Pandora's box. Empress, okay. Empress will probably want to save. Pandora's box we'll go ahead and take and hopefully get something nice out of it. We actually got a box here. What's in the box? Got some cards. We got the Lovers and Death. Obviously, Death is going to be a little bit more potent for us on that front. And I think I'll take Endless Nameless, because Brown Cap is not going to be super useful. I mean, wait, what the hell have I been doing, dude? I had the Poop and Brown Cap. Oh god, I feel like an idiot now. I mean, granted, it's not like it's the most common synergy of all time, but I should be doing shit like that on the regular. Oh, I have like basically infinite bombs. Or at least as many bombs as I have charges of the Poop. God, I feel like such a jackass now. Well, at least I've noticed it now, so I can make use of it in the future, but still, that's a bit of a bummer that I could have been doing stuff with that up to this point. Oh well, let's just go ahead and get a move on here. Not going to fight for our deal again, because 2 Spirit Hearts does not a sound deal make. What do we got here today? We got, okay, Technology 2. What the hell? It's been a little while, I think. It's a damage down, admittedly, so that kind of sucks. But we got free HP, so that's pretty nice, too. The D100, okay. This opens up a whole new... Okay, don't do that. You gotta remember that the brown cap is a thing here. So the D100 opens up a whole lot of possibilities for us. I don't know if any of them are going to be super great. We got Temperance and we got Temperance. Fucking awesome. Go ahead and grab that. Might as well put all these assholes up here, and then we'll probably blow that all up at our earliest convenience with the brown cap. And then let's go ahead and fight to our heart's content here. I could use the Empress here, and I may well end up having to, because, okay, well, that was a little embarrassing, admittedly. Oh, it's a tough spot, because I'm not actually sure what the video is up to right now. I think a shorter video is okay for today. Obviously, Blue Baby is a bit of a stumbling block for me in greedier mode, because this is actually 2 videos that I failed on, even though you only got to see 1. So maybe we'll come back to him in the future. Regardless, in the next video, we'll probably just skip to Eve. Maybe have a bit of an easier time with that, because she starts with a little bit of a stronger advantage than the Blue Baby. The Blue Baby. Ooh, his formal name. Question mark, question mark, question mark much? Regardless, I'm going to hop on out of here now, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and or comment down below. Really helps out the channel. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more as well. I post a single Isaac video every day at noon Mountain Time. So, join me tomorrow for that. Regardless, I'm going to get out of here now, so have yourselves a good day. This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night.